The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
There's another person inside of you. A healthy person. A fit person screaming to get out. Time Fitness will help you find that fit person. Time Fitness clients eat to live, not live to eat. 95% of you dream of a flat stomach but have no clue on how to make that happen. Time Fitness is the master of making that stomach disappear. Want to look younger? Time Fitness. Isn't it time you take care of you? Contact us now for a free 2-pound protein powder meal replacement, 2 free guest passes, 1-time free Time Fitness t-shirt. Each client gets personal training guide and workout journal. Time Fitness will help you live a healthy lifestyle and improve your quality of life. www.tymefitness.com 773-458-5084. Living out of town? No problem. Time Fitness can still work with you each month. Ask us how. Time Fitness. www.timefitness.com.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome everybody to Dhat Girl. My name is SHOLANDA Bowling, and I am your host for this morning. Listen, you all. That girl, who is that girl? That girl that's discovering her abilities that God created. It's that person that's on the inside of you, that ambition, that intuition that you've had, that inkling that there's more to me than I'm displaying, that there has to be more to life than what's going on in my life right now. You have creativity, you have skills, and you're just figuring out how to use those things because it's working outside of your 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you do for a living at this point. Well, look, you all, it's time for us to wake up and allow that girl to have her way, to allow that woman that's on the inside of you to come out and to come forth and to do what it is that she was predestined and purposed to do. This morning, I'm excited as always to be in your company, just to sit and talk to you all, just for us to motivate one another, just to lift up everyone that tunes into this show, because I just believe that when we walk in our predestined calling, then our life will be cool beans and smooth sailing. So buckle up, get ready, because we are in for a great topic. You all give me some feedback in the comments. Share this with your friends and your loved ones, because I believe that once we network together, I'm really good on that. If I hear something, I will share everything with someone else just in order to help them to move ahead, just as I'm moving ahead. So share the show if you are blessed by it. Show me some love. Talk back to me. And let us do this thing together on this morning. This morning, I will be talking about triggers. The halting triggers. Things that causes you to halt, to come to a standstill. Right in the midst of your flow, these things will come up and cause you just to stop and to cause you to be stagnated and not to know which way to go. We all know what a trigger is on the regular gun. Let me read this that I got off of the definition of trigger, because this is good, you all. A trigger is a small device that releases a spring or catch, and some sets a mechanism, especially in order to fire a gun, causing destruction. It's a small device, and it's a release. It's a spring that releases or catches, and it releases this mechanism, especially in order to fire. When I read it, it helped me. What is the small mechanisms, you all? What is the small things that's coming up in your life that's triggering you, but it can cause great destruction. It may seem really small, it may seem really like irrelevant, but it's doing great damage. It's doing great damage to your purpose. What are those things, those small triggers that can set you off and cause you to stop? I want you all to know and let me know, talk to yourself on this morning. What does it take to stop you in your tracks and to take you completely off of your square? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it something that happened in your past that you're not able to move forward from and to get over? What is it? What are these things that why you keep stopping and going? We did a show recently and we talked about the traffic jam, how you stop and you go, and you're moving forward at a great pace, but it causes you something causes you to stop right in your track. But I want to get to the root of those things on this morning. What's triggering you? What's halting you and causing you to get discouraged to the point where you do not want to even pursue anymore? When you lose your pursuit, when you lose your motivation, when you lose that ability to still see beyond what it is that's going on right now, then that's a real serious situation that you have going on. Some of the things that I realize, these are emotional triggers. Emotionally, we can be a wreck and not even really fully realize what's going on with us. We're just changing, we're just moving, we're just doing things. We're looking at emotions like fear, lack of confidence, self-doubt, broken hearts from relationships. We're going to touch bases on each one of these this morning. Anger, bitterness, or jealousy. These are some things that came to my mind that can pose as triggers that will spring back at you and fire into your life and cause you to stop right in the midst of where you are right now. Fear. We all understand fear because we hear it all the time. Don't be afraid. Don't be fearful. God is not the giver of fear. Walk by faith and not by sight. Move in your perfect timing. Where when this fear comes, that thing called the unknown, where you're doing something but you're not sure of the outcome. Sometimes that fear, that unknown of what's going to happen, will cause you to stop right in your tracks and not be able to move forward, not be able to go any further. How do I get over the fear of being successful? How do I get over the fear of moving? How do I get over the fear of moving? You all know we think that movement means that we have got to be doing all these big grand things all at the same time. Movement means just picking up your pace via researching your projects, via writing down your plans. A plan that's not written is really not a plan. Um, Writing down your visions, writing down what it is that you see, having personal aspirations, writing down your own personal vision. What is your personal mission? We have to know what it is that we're moving forward to. What are you reaching for? It can be scary sometimes when you don't even know what you're in pursuit of, but you just know that you have to do something. Something has to break. Kiara Shears have that song, something just has to break. I've got to get out of this place where I am. And it can become fearful when you don't know, but you hear it. When you don't know, but you feel it. When you're uncertain, but you know that you're supposed to be doing something, that can be fearful. What I want to encourage you all to take a close look at whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you see that you're supposed to move forward. See, this is how you're going to shoot down this trigger of fear, by just doing it, just moving out and believing in yourself, which brings me to the next thing, lack of confidence. If you're not confident in yourself, you're always going to be afraid. So that's one of the things that you have to pray about first. because self-doubt is really huge when you're trying to reach your place in life, when you're trying to make it through to that unknown place, when you're trying to make it through to that place that you just know that you know that you know that you're supposed to be in, and along comes self-doubt, and it springs back and it fires at you. It springs back and it fires at your plan, like you won't be able to do that. How you think you're going to be able to afford to do that? How do you think people are going to receive that? Which way are you going to go with that? And you begin to question yourselves. That's why I'm finding, you guys, that it is so important to write down your visions, to write down your plans, so that when self-doubt tries to come, when self-doubt tries to overwhelm you, then you have your vision that you wrote when you was all pumped up, when you were not afraid, and when you were secure and comfortable in what you heard and the direction that you were going in. It's good to be able just to go back and to read over it. To build up your self-confidence, you got to do some things. You have to watch some people doing what you're doing. You have to surround yourself and get in the mix of others that are prosperous. Get in a mix with others that are on the right path, that are on the path headed in the direction that you are headed in. That's how you boost up your confidence, because you're looking and saying, if they can do it, then I can do it. Even if you don't really feel that right away, begin to speak it. If this person can do that, I do that a lot of times when I'm watching some of the young celebrities, like, the Beyonce, Jay-Z, and a whole lot of different people that are successful in areas that I want to go into. Like I share with you all, and actually I'm going back into the studio this Tuesday, so be prayerful for me. But I know that and I'm putting myself out here, if Beyonce can be successful, if she can do it, then I can do it too, because she have no more greater in her than I have in me. It's just how you put it out. It's just the confidence that you have and what you know that you can do. I know that I can sing. I know that I have it in me because my dad could sing. My dad was a recording artist. My dad he traveled all over the world. He was a renowned blues singer. So I know that I have the gift on the inside of me. It's about just waking it up and moving in it. So that's the way you can defeat that trigger of lack of confidence and that self-doubt, by just getting out there and holding on to what it is that you feel that you know. Because if you feel it, then I'm pretty much sure then that you're accurate. Then the next trigger, and ladies, this happens to us a lot of times, we're brokenhearted. When we have a broken heart, man, you get a woman that her heart has been broken. It's going to take a lot for anything and anybody to honestly get back into that place where she was hurt at. So relationships, you all, it doesn't even have to be a man woman relationship, but when you allow people to come in to your visions, when you allow people to come into your space where you are, that's why you have to be careful with who you entertain, because you have some people that are out here listening to hear your visions, listening to hear your goals, to try and steal, kill, and to destroy. Look, if they can get you off track by hurting you, then you're going to stop. Well, I'm never going to be a partner with anybody else. I did this. This is why I'm telling you what I know. I'm never going to allow anybody to give me any more money to do anything that I'm doing. I'm going to do it all by myself. A lot of times that's good, but if you're doing something, if you're reacting out of just hurt and out of bitterness, then it tends to have a negative outcome. But if you're doing it with confidence, that you know that you can achieve this goal and you can make this thing happen, then it will happen and it will move forward. But listen, we got to be able to let go of the past. That was then and this is now. Let go of those relationships, ladies. Get up and get yourself back together. The marriage ended, the relationship ended. Your best friend walked away. There's nothing you can do about that. I'm talking about these triggers on this morning that is causing us to be halted, like, just stop right in our tracks. And we don't even realize what's going on with us, but we've just stopped. We've been high in energy, we've been high in impact, we were moving along, and then along comes someone and breaks our heart. Along comes disappointment. I trusted in this person. I believed that this person was all in for me, but it didn't work out like that. So we got to be able to get up and shake ourselves loose. That's easier said than done when you've put all that you had into an individual and they turn around and be a backstabber. What's that song? They smile in your face and then you turn your back and they stab you in your back. That is one of the most hurtful feelings that you can have, but you're able to get up and move on from that. How? Just by doing it, just by talking yourself up. Talk yourself up. Never talk down to yourself. You got this. You can do this. Okay, that happened. You got to get yourself together. I talk to myself a whole lot of times. I talk to myself a lot, you all, because that's the way you're going to keep you motivated. Nobody can encourage you like you can encourage yourself. Nobody can motivate you. Self motivation is one of the most powerful tools I think that we have because nobody understands your thoughts. Nobody understands your mind, your thought process like you do. So be your biggest cheerleader through the heartbreak, through the disappointment. You got this. Now, along comes anger. Bam. It triggers. It triggers you again. Remember, triggering is something that happens. It's an effect that causes an effect. It's something that happens that causes you to respond a certain way. It's something that's so powerful that has an impact that will cause you, that will get your full and undivided attention. There's some big triggers and there's some small ones. Anger, I would say, is a humongous trigger. When you're angry, you can't hear clear. When you're an angry person, somebody can say good morning, and all you saw was their movement. So you're interpreting that they was trying to be shady just by saying good morning to you. When you're angry, you hear things in a distorted manner, and it causes you to miss a lot of things in your pursuit. So we have to deal with the anger. Why are you angry? Who are you angry with? What was it that caused you to get to this level of being angry? Was it something, you all, that happened to you in your past? You know, we can have some anger that's rooted down on the inside of us, and we don't even realize that we're so angry. I've gone through that. That's why I'm talking to you about it, because you can be so angry that you're pushing away those people, places, and things that you were predestined to encounter. But because of your anger, you've put up this brick wall and you will not allow anyone else to come in. So you got to deal with that anger. You have to deal with situations right there when it comes. So I believe in getting some therapeutic help. It's okay to talk to a counselor. It's okay to talk to someone if you feel like you've been wronged, if you feel like you're shamed, if you feel like you've been hurt and you just cannot get past that situation that happened to you. A lot of us ladies, we have endured some things that we have not told or shared with anyone. And we're thinking and we're feeling that because we're able to go on, that we've gotten over it. Well, that thing is steady, is constantly suppressing that girl, is constantly suppressing your greatness from coming up out of you, because the more anger, the more brokenheartedness, the more self-doubt that you encounter, it brings about the large topic of fear. Fear is the root, you all, of anger, broken hearts, um, self-doubt, bitterness, jealousy. A lot of times those things stem from fear. Fear that something else is going to happen again. Fear that somebody's going to do this, it's going to repeat itself. Fear that I won't be able to make it out of it because I wasn't able to make it out back in the past. So we have got to let go of the past, you all, and move forward in our greatness, move forward into the place where we know that we were called and ordained to move into. I myself, I'm in a process, and it's been a change for me. This is a transparent moment right now, and then I'm going to wrap things up. But look, I've been called in the ministry, a licensed and ordained evangelist, to preach the gospel. God moves with me, and he uses me in the realm of the spirit of intercession. These are things that I know for sure that I am called out and appointed by God to do. But with everything that you do, the more you do it, the greater it's going to become for you, and it's going to begin to pull more on you. So when you find yourself achieving in a place, or going to your next level, it's going to require more of you. Well, this is a trigger for me because I'm so used to, you all, doing things my own way and being my own person over like the past 5 or 6 years. It's just been what I wanted to do. I didn't have to worry about being accountable to anybody or doing anything. Did you all hear me? Lack of accountability can really, really be shaky for you when you're in pursuit of your next. Everybody, and I don't care what you all may think or say, everybody needs to be accountable to someone at some time, be it your best friend. They can see your flaws. Look, girl, you better get this together. So because you know that you've had this conversation with your friends, and you know that if you don't have it right, they gonna come back and be tripping on you, right? So you're gonna try and do your best to accomplish what it is that you set out to accomplish. Well, here's where I am right now. I'm being pulled to my next level, every area of my life. And I sometimes lately been feeling afraid. That's too much. Will people receive that? How am I going to be able to do it? I. It's not about me. It's about that ability to pray. It's about that ability to minister the gospel. It's about that ability to worship that God created. So me personally, I don't have a clue how I'm going to accomplish everything that has been put in my path to accomplish. And it does cause me sometimes to self-doubt when I'm telling you. And because of past relationships in that sector, I kind of like had a broken heart because you trust people in what you're doing. I've experienced anger because how dare this happen to me? Even what happened to me in the past, in my childhood, through my marriage, um, I became bitter. You can become bitter. I'm telling you all right now where I am. So you don't never, ever become so big that these triggers, these emotional triggers, you won't find yourself that they're trying to come back, that they're trying to come back with a powerful force to shoot something your way that will cause you to be halted and stopped right in your track, to miss the momentum that has been set in your life right now in this season. I hope this made sense to you all on this morning. I hope that somebody got something out of this. Watch those emotional triggers. Watch what it is that you allow to be set off on the inside of you that will cause you to miss your mark, that will cause you to miss being where you are supposed to be at your appointed time. I want you all to know that you can do whatever you set your mind to do. Hold on to it. Hold on to your strength. Like I said, continue to talk to yourself. that you will drown out all emotional triggers. When you speak positivity over your life, fear has to take a back seat. When you speak positivity over your life and to yourself, fear has got to go. When you're positive minded, when you're thinking and your thought process is positive, anger has got to go. When you begin to think of love and compassion, anger has no place in your life anymore. When you speak life into your own process, there's no room for jealousy. You won't even see what nobody else is really doing to try and be competitive because you're confident that I am me and nobody else can do me better than I can do me. So I don't need to try to be anyone else. I had a friend of mine, they told me that someone asked them a question. If they could be anybody, who would they want to be? And their answer was, I want to be me. Cool, right? Why would someone say that they just wanted to be their own self? Because you know you. You know you. And the more you encourage you, the more you find out about yourself. And the more you're pulling out all of these things and you're finding that ability that God has created for you in this day and time. You all, I am Shalonda and I have been your host. And I really hope that this will reach you in a place and will cause you to think of what is it that's triggering me? What are the small things that I keep allowing to fire at my life that's causing me to stop? What's the things that's causing me to to have reckless behavior? What are those things that's causing me to spend monies that I know I don't have? What are those things that's causing me to get addicted to certain things that I know is only going to harm me? You all don't overlook those triggers anymore. Get yourself some help. If you don't have the strength to build yourself up right now, it is okay to seek yourself some counseling, but seek wise counseling. Be mindful of who you share everything with you. And I'm not speaking paranoia. I'm speaking wisdom because we're going in this future, in this season right now, everybody will not be able to handle where you're going. Like I said for myself, it's interesting for me to even be able to handle what I see that God is pulling up out of me after all of these years. The manifestation of destiny is manifesting in my life. And a lot of times that can put you in a place where you're like, oh wow, this is big. This is bigger than me. And you're correct. Seek God first in everything that you do. And guess what? When you hear God's voice, because He's the one that created you, He's the one that created the abilities that you've tapped into. So that's where your ears need to be. I am so excited again about this lesson on this morning because it helped me, and I'm really hopeful that it will help you. So until next Saturday, you all stay focused. Be aware of those things that you're allowing to stop you. Be aware of those people, places, and things that you're allowing to make you feel like you cannot do it. Because guess what? Yes, you can, and yes, you will. I will see you all next Saturday. And as I encourage you to do every Saturday, go in love, peace, and harmony. Go get outside, enjoy yourself. We had a real serious situation with that snow yesterday, right? It seemed like it was going to be worse than what it really turned out to be. So it's nice outside. The weather is not cold and the sun is shining. So get out, enjoy yourself, and have a great, wonderful, blessed Saturday. And listen, until next week, I will see you all. Enjoy your day. Remember, watch out for those triggers that's trying to stop you from reaching your predestined goal and your destiny that God has ordained and created for your life. I love you all. You all be blessed. And until next Saturday, I'll see you later.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.